Hi, my name is Dave Pullen, and I'd like to welcome you to Portland Film Beat. My guest tonight is Hakym Reagan. He just got done shooting a film called The American Dream. And, well, welcome aboard, Hakym.
Thank you.
So how did you come up with that name?
I guess we were just sitting, me and my friend, and thinking Blake Leitner, the other writer, who was kind of, he's the one who came up with the story, and we were sitting at a restaurant where we usually take, we get our lunch, and then he was like, what is a title that fits to my story better? And I was like, The American Dream, you know? Because it has an ironic feel to it, you know?
Yeah, well, we're going to watch the trailer here in just a minute. And it kind of, so this guy has a degree, the character in the film.
Yeah.
He can't get a good job, isn't it? It's kind of like the way it really is, actually.
It's kind of what it really is. Actually, he got a business and administration degree, which is...
We find that out through
through the film. But what happens is he can't figure out what he wants. He kind of got a degree because he didn't want to end up without a job, but he ended up...
with crummy jobs.
Yeah.
People who are abusive.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of around that idea of a person thinking, okay, I'm going to get a degree, and then I'm going to get a job, and then I can pay for a house, and I can pay for a car. Well, it's not really true. Because
it doesn't work out that way.
Yeah, it doesn't work out that way. You actually have to work harder than you thought to get.
So this film actually showed at Cinetopia, is that right? In Beaverton?
Yeah.
Tell me how you got your film to show at Cinetopia.
Oh, well, it was private screening, so...
it was early in the morning then?
Yes.
Okay.
So my producer, who's also the co-writer, Blake Leitner, said, let's have a small show, like a small preview, and kind of thank the cast and crew and have few other people who have inspired or helped us in many ways be part of that screening and tell us some ideas on how they think, their thoughts and stuff like that.
Did you just go and ask Cinetopia if you could do that, or did you have a connection there to help you do that?
I did it through a great friend filmmaker. Her name is Jill Murphy Long, and she kind of helped me out figure out places, nice places to do this, and that's how I got to Cinetopia.
Right, so we actually kind of talked about the premise already, but can you go a little bit deeper into the premise of the story?
Yes.
How did you come up with the premise, too?
Okay. First, he had the story.
Is it a personal experience of his own, or someone he
kind of. Yeah, kind of. It's like kind of inspired from it. So it's not really him because he's not. His name is not Brad. His father is not a plumber. So it's about a guy who graduated and spent a couple years doing nothing, trying to figure out his life and everything. So his father come into place and just want to give him something to do. So he's like, I have a plumbing business. Why don't you just come and work at my company, in my company? So he tries, but he figures out it's not something meant for him.
So he does other things.
Yeah, so now it's about breaking the news to his father and figure out his dream.
Okay.
You know.
Okay, cool. So we'll come back to The American Dream.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit, where did you train? Did you train anywhere?
Most of it is self-taught.
Okay.
But I did go through a program, a 6-8 months program with Radio Film Connection, which is based in LA, and they placed me at a video production here called Media FX Video Production. I spent there 6 to 8 months to kind of giving me the basic theory behind stuff.
Okay.
Because I was more practical than theory, so they kind of taught me the theory.
Is this your first film, or have you made more?
I've had a few others that are personal kind of, you know, just going with your camera, friends, brother, and, you know, having all that stuff. But this is kind of the first one with professional actors and a crew.
Right. So what first got you interested in film?
I mean, I was 13 and I was holding a camera, just filming my family and events.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, just like the...
Was there a specific film you've seen in the past that kind of intrigued you or propelled you forward?
I've watched so many movies, so it's really hard to say.
You like movies, right?
Yeah, I love movies. It's really hard to pinpoint at one particular movie that just changed everything for me.
Right.
Just the fact that they could tell a story with the camera just amazed me. You know?
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So right now what we're going to do is we're going to take a minute and we're going to watch the trailer for The American Dream. Sorry, Hakym.
Bro.
We'll be right back. Thank you.
Been waiting a long time for this. Start tomorrow.
All of the past failures, your limits the sky. Tomorrow, tomorrow.
We'll keep your resume on file. And good luck on your job search.
The end of the time
Morning.
will shine
morning.
because of what you do.
And I get to work.
No matter what they say. No matter what they say.
Okay, that was a lot of fun to watch. Hakym, tell us who the names of the actors. I know who they are.
Yeah.
But they like to hear their name on TV a little bit.
Great. Okay, so there is the lead actor, Gino Romo.
He's a great guy. He's actually looking over my head here. I'm worrying about that for a second.
Yeah, I can see that. So, yeah, and then the supporting actor is Jason Reynolds.
Yeah, I know Jason. He's on the show once.
Yeah, he was on the show once. So, and also other supporting actresses such as Kelsey Ducker Fisher, she's amazing, and Elise Fosmark. There was Wes Ramsey, Jerry Bell Jr. Great cast, you know. It was great working, and I learned from him.
Did you shoot it in the Beaverton area or Portland?
Yeah, we did shoot a little bit of it in the Beaverton area, Portland, you know, downtown,
Right.
different locations.
How many days did it take you to shoot it?
3 days.
Right? Okay.
Yeah, it was a 3-day shoot, so 10 hours each day, so you know.
Oh, they were long days. Good.
Yeah, they were long
you got to
days.
do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Anyway, who was the cinematographer?
My cinematographer was Israel Arias.
I know Israel, right?
Yeah, he has a great work, and
Did he use his red camera?
yes,
Okay.
we had a red camera on this one, and also being able to work with other great crew members, you know, such as James Farwell. I don't know if you've heard.
I know
yeah,
James Farwell very well. He's the Annihilator James. He
Yeah.
did the sound for you. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know
exactly.
James very well.
So there was him. There was on assistant camera and grip. There was Logan Reynolds. There was Blake Leitner,
Right.
co-writer.
So you had a
helping me
good-sized
with,
crew.
Yeah, and also 2 makeup artists, Emily Mercier and Katie Connolly, and I had also a PA, production assistant, Nicole Armour. So it was
What, are we
like,
talking 10, 15 people?
yeah, it was kind of 10, 15 people. Brian Butterfield helped us with the location managing, and yeah, it's pretty. Anna Elofsson helped us with the costume designer, art directing, you know. So we kind of try to get as many people as we can. At the same time, they would help us keep in track with things.
Okay,
as
this
they
thing's
go.
going. Your film, the American Dream, is going to show again.
Yeah.
And why don't you talk to the camera right there and
All
tell
right.
the people, and we'll put the title, you know, the dates and stuff up there too.
Great. So I'm inviting everyone, family and friends, to come and watch The American Dream. It will be premiered at 5th Street Avenue Cinema on June 28th at 3 p.m.
Okay.
You're welcome all. Free van and free popcorn.
Free
So,
popcorn.
Yeah.
Hey, we're all there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What are a few things you learned while making the short, The American Dream?
Have fun, you know. As
Right.
much as hard as it can turn out to be, and
Long days, they can.
Long
You know, setting up
days,
a shot takes like
no
a couple
pay,
hours. Right.
you
Can take
know.
hours, and then
yeah.
it takes 5 minutes to shoot it, and hey, move on.
Just crack jokes and have fun and interact with your cast and crew.
Okay. So when how do you work with the actors?
Basically, I first give him the script and let him read through it, and then we kind of sit down and talk about the character and how we feel that we could add.
So you give
both
them a lot
together.
of freedom.
Yes,
to,
it's more of a collaborative thing. So I say, this is what I want him to feel like, and what do you think? And then they add up on it and say, maybe he can try to make him a little bit shy, and then we talk about it, figure out
Right.
the best way to.
A lot of times you got to let
Tell
the
the story.
actors let the character come to life in the actor, and that's why
Exactly.
you get a better character.
Exactly.
Actually.
Yeah.
So how do you work with the cinematographer? Do you come up with your own shot list, or do you actually work with Israel?
Yeah,
And-
I had my own shot list, and what happened is I brought my shot list and we sat down with him, and then we can. After going through the shot list, he had an idea of what I wanted to go for, and then we kind of went on set and kind of went step by step together and try to get all the shots I needed. Yeah.
Right. Okay. We didn't talk about what do you think the appeal of the American dream is going to be to people or for people?
I
think
think
a lot of people will relate to that nowadays,
Yeah.
getting a degree and not being able to find a job.
a lot of people, I hope a lot of people will relate to it and kind of see and wake up from this fantasy of thinking, oh, the American dream is just there.
Do you
out
think
the
so?
door.
This actually film is about the American dream not being as accessible as it used to be.
Yeah, I believe so. And I think that most people, when they hear the American dream, they basically expect, we'll do this and then this will happen. But that first step is the hardest, especially when you can't see, you know, the light.
So do you like to move the camera,
Yeah,
or
I
do you like it just to sit, lock it down, or do you move with the actors with the camera?
It
Somewhat?
depends on the feeling I want in that particular scene.
Good for you.
Yeah. So it's a bit of both. So I try to move when I want the audience to kind of feel a certain way, and then stay static when it's a different type of feeling.
So since you were using a red camera,
Yeah.
did you use a number of different lenses to get different feels for it?
We had only 2 different lenses.
Yeah.
So due to the budget, which, you know, wasn't
You did it though. You got it shot.
we tried
right?
what we could with what we had. And so, yeah, we only had 2 lenses, so it was all about what lens we would use for what shot.
Right. Mhm.
And
What do you consider your strengths as a filmmaker?
the fact that I love collaborating, and
Yeah, it's good. You have to like it.
yeah, and that's one of the things, because I've worked in some sets when people don't really like collaborating; they just do it because it's part of the job, and
You gotta like filmmaking. all
you
aspects
gotta
of it.
like it. Otherwise,
They're long days.
you're just a fake person just being there, and then people can feel it. You know.
Oh, yeah,
the crew and
absolutely.
cast can
Right,
really
mhm.
feel it.
So what are your weaknesses then as a filmmaker?
My girlfriend would say I tend to push myself too much. I tend to expect a lot from myself. And by trying to exceed my own expectations, I go through this whole like, oh, what am I doing? What's happening? And
You doubt yourself? Is that what you're saying?
not every time, but it happens when I do try to exceed my own expectations.
Right, but when you try to exceed your expectations, if you
Yeah.
shoot for the stars and you hit the moon, it's got to be good, right?
My dad always said when I was young, he said, always aim for the stars, because anyway, if you miss the stars, you just fall in the clouds. So I guess I'm going with that.
You're in the clouds, right?
I guess I'm
It's
going
better
with
than being in the weeds, I guess. I don't know.
I guess. You know.
So,
yeah.
what is your favorite part of filmmaking?
When I get to see the script coming to life on the screen, it's just amazing. You know.
Right.
When I'm on set and I have a different screen and I'm watching it, and trying to be the first audience, that is the best feeling.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you do the editing?
Yeah, I did the editing for this one, and it was tough, because then you have to let go some scenes just because.
It's hard because you want them all.
Yeah, I wanted them all, and I was lucky to have some different set of eyes help me. Israel helped me. Lisa Sherman, who was my former teacher, helped me. And it was kind of a big learning experience to have different set of eyes kind of tell you, this is a little bit too long. We got what you wanted from this. And
Okay.
then you could move on. and that helped me a lot.
So do you ever do any of the camera work yourself on any of your films? Well, you have.
On my
'cause you-
previous, yeah.
But this one you didn't.
This one I didn't. I kind of wanted to see how does it feel to be
Just the director?
Just the director, because that's my ultimate goal, is to be.
Okay, right. So do you, outside of writing The American Dream, are you writing or working on any of
Yes.
your own scripts?
Yes. I have so many projects going on, and it's really hard. I am developing a TV show and developing a feature film, and with Jill Murphy Long, and we're trying to come up with a nice, unique screenplay that we could shoot for a feature. And I also have a couple short films on the
Horizon.
horizon. Yeah.
How long is The American Dream?
It's 9 minutes and 47 seconds, I
Right.
guess. Yeah.
Wow, you shot in 3 days. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a lot of stuff to get done in 3 days.
Yeah.
It really is. So do you have a favorite screenplay that you tend to, have you read a lot of screenplays?
I haven't read a lot of them, but I mean other people's
Yeah.
screenplays.
To get ideas for things.
Okay, I've read a couple scripts about feature films that were in the 90s, such as Die Hard, and I like the fact that they can take realistic situation and put them with the fantasy world and kind of match them together and create something real.
Right. So
That's great.
as far as that, then, what is your favorite film? Or do you have a favorite film?
It's really hard to say because it's an
couple of
older
them.
one.
All right, that's okay, good. Say it.
Citizen Kane is one of my
Really?
favorites. And
Orson Welles.
yeah, I love that actor because he just so natural on the screen that it just feels like he wrote the script.
So Orson Welles also directed that.
Yeah.
Would if you could work with a director,
Yeah.
who would it be? It could be A-list right now or one from the past.
All right. I have 3 names on top of my head.
Go ahead,
right
say
now.
all 3 of them.
Steven Spielberg, of course. Martin Scorsese, you
Okay.
know, and Christopher Nolan as well.
Okay.
They
Is there a
all
reason why?
have-
Is there a specific reason why you'd want to work with each one?
Each one of them is different reasons. I love Steven Spielberg for the way he moves the camera. It's so seamless. And
It is nice.
it
is
is
seamless.
It's amazing. Martin Scorsese for the realism in every shot and every particular stance, and Christopher Nolan just for the psychology of
Right.
his story. Yeah,
Right. So,
of the shot
What-
and scenes.
so your favorite film was Citizen Kane. What inspirations have you drawn from that or from films?
I like the fact that whole feature was hard to shoot. That's one. The fact that
They used such great lighting back then because
it was
black and white.
amazing. The fact that they didn't have color to play with to distract.
They just
the
used
audience
shadows and stuff. It's
yeah,
so good.
amazing. They used sheets, black sheets, and you know, couple lights and trying to place them a certain way, and to have that kind of creativity at that time is amazing.
Right. Can you imagine if they would move forward with it, what they could
Yeah.
have done, right? So
It's just amazing.
is there
yeah.
a specific kind of film type or genre that you're more drawn to?
Not at the moment because I tend to want to touch on different genres. I'll go sci-fi, drama, action, anything that has a good story behind it.
Right.
And that's where I'm at the moment.
So you're not so much into the CGI and the sci and
Not yet. Not until I can afford to make it look like it's not.
and that's a good point. Make it look like
Yeah.
it's not.
Yeah.
Right. So, okay.
Yeah.
If you could, we talked about it, the 3 directors. What A-list actress would you like to direct?
Actress?
Actors and actress. I'm going to ask you actors next, but we'll start with the
Okay.
actress.
All right.
Maybe
actress,
there's an actor or an actress that you'd like to have together working together.
I
Go ahead,
haven't
no.
thought about a duo yet, but yeah, I'd like to work with Meryl Streep, of
Okay.
course, Jennifer Lawrence. You know, there's a lot of actresses out there that, you know, just working with them would just make my
Yeah.
life complete.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a specific actor that you would like to work with?
I love J.K. Simmons, and I like to see if you know, one day maybe, hopefully, that we could do something together, because I love the way his performance in Whiplash was just
Oh my gosh! You know, you see him in
breathtaking.
the commercials, and then you see him doing that, and you're like, holy cow!
It's amazing. It's just, is it you?
And
You
he
know?
was ripped. Did you see his? I'm like, damn, this guy's ripped. He
He was
worked
just
out.
amazing. That's the performance you want out of an actor, to just
And
kind of figure out, is it him or is it the character?
And here's the
you
thing
just
is, you know,
lost?
as the music teacher, you wouldn't think of him being physically fit like that.
Yeah.
So that was what was interesting about that character too, is that he was
Very much.
physically, he had a presence.
He had this presence on screen that was just breathtaking. You could just sit in the theater and just feel like I'm here for him, you know. There was another actor,
Well,
I just
read
felt
about-
bad.
I read up, after I watched that, I read up about him.
Yeah.
And he has actually been doing that, acting for 25 to 30 years.
Wow.
Well, he's been around for a long time, and he finally got a great role, and I'm sure you'll see him in more since that
Of
time,
course,
too.
I mean,
yeah.
I've seen him in another TV show called something with the Fisher family.
Yeah, he did a series on
It was
TV.
really great because he was acting as a blind guy, and he's not blind, and he was seamless in that one too. So
Right.
I just kind of seeing him playing a person who can see now, and it's just, wow, I thought he was blind.
Oh, really? Yeah.
He was
okay.
that good, yeah.
Okay, so what do you consider the elements of a good film? And yet again, what's the elements of a great film? Because there is a difference.
Yeah, I believe there is a difference. I mean, I think good film is when you try your best to get the shot done and the day done, and we just got everything we wanted. Let's go home.
And had fun.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
good. You know, that's a good film.
Well,
You
the
know something
images
good
from
will
The
come
American
out of
Dream,
it.
because you used a red camera, I'm going to tell you,
Yeah,
they're really, really crisp.
yeah. It was
And-
great to be
and
able to have
Israel
that.
knows how to use composition too, so the composition was well done as
The
well.
lighting too. He did the lighting too. He did do the grip as well with Logan Reynolds. They try to help each other on that, and that touch kind of added a lot to the short film.
Right. So, do you think they're going to help you in your next film?
Hopefully, we'll see. You know.
Do you have something next?
Yeah, I have this short film I'm hoping to shoot right after this, but because of the film festival run and premiere and all that,
Right.
to first get out.
Are you
going
to submit it to the Portland Film Festival this
Yes,
summer?
and
I'm sure it'll get accepted there.
and hopefully
It's a good one.
and
It's
a
a
lot
good
of them also around the country and world maybe, and we'll see what comes out of it.
Right. Okay. So,
Next, I have a short film, Suicide, and
suicide.
Yeah.
Did you write it?
yeah,
Okay.
it'll be.
It seems like it's going to be a little bit more dangerous than this one.
Yeah, and it's just 3 pages, but really condensed with a really hard story
Okay.
and a powerful story, and yeah,
Okay.
wait to see how it looks like.
Tell us, where do you hope to see yourself in 5 years?
I hope to be paid as a director. Getting
Yeah,
paid as
okay.
a director, and now I can call it a hobby because I do it for fun and the fun of
Right.
it. But I also hope for people to be like, "Oh, we like what you do. We'll pay you to do that and keep doing it."
Okay.
And that's kind of
Right. So you must have a lot of family support.
not that much as
You said your
people would
girlfriend,
think.
but does
Yeah,
she help
my,
out a lot?
my girlfriend helped so much since the beginning. The fact that she was like, "I know you can do it. Just go and do it." And
Right.
then
So was she like a producer on the set, helping
she
do all kinds of
wasn't
stuff?
on set. She's in Germany. She's all the way there. So
Okay.
she was helping me online on FaceTime, just support,
Skype.
emotional support, and that's kind of the hardest. You know, the toughest is emotional stuff,
Right.
and being able to get on set and know I can do this, and
Right.
that's what she helped me.
Right.
do.
You pulled together a tremendous crew. I'm
tried.
amazed that you did that.
Yeah.
And a lot of great cast members: Jerry Bell,
Yeah,
Gino Roma, Jason.
yeah.
Do you have cast members picked out in advance when you write the script, like Suicide, or
I do.
do you have people in mind, or do you audition for it after?
I do have an actor in mind already. I will audition to just keep the mind open, but I do have an actor in mind already, which I think has something, you know, that's something in someone that you can feel. We just feel like he might
Have you worked with him before?
No, it will be the first time, but we did have a long conversation about things like this, and it's great to have somebody that can relate a little bit to
Okay.
the topic, you know.
Okay. Hakym, it's
Yeah.
been a pleasure talking
Thank
with
you.
you. I'm really thankful that
Me
you
too.
came on the show.
Yeah.
Anyway, right now, we're running out of time here at Portland Film Beat. I want to thank you for tuning in. I want to thank my executive producer, Carol Poland, who's my wife. I want to thank my director, Ellery Nelson. He does a great job. I want to thank my assistant directors, Phil and Sue Holmes. They help out tremendously with everything over there in the control room. I also have to thank Christo and Krista down here at TVC TV. They help put this all together and help me get these images and the engineering behind the chroma key together. I also want to thank some of the people down at Portland Community TV, Kate and Emily. They're very patient with me from some of the mistakes that I make, and they guide me through it and actually help correct some of the things that I do wrong. And until next time on Portland Film Beat, shoot for the silver screen.